civil servant. I never born with no gold spoon in my mouth.
Good night, good night, good night. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. Munchibi Talks Politics. Good night, Kirk. Thank you for joining me every single night. Very much appreciated. Thank you, General Rhythm. Welcome, good night. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. Good night, Cheryl. Good night, Nardia. Please share the live as you come in and click on the like button. Please, please, please. Good night, Nana Boss. Andrea, good night. Good night, Agatha Shaw. Please, guys, share the live as you come in and click on the like button, please, and thank you. Child of God, good night, and thank you for joining me tonight. Click on the like button as you come in. Thank you, thank you. We are stuck down with discipline while we're fighting the crime and bad mind. As we bring back the peace and love. Bring back the peace and love. Good night, Ellen. Good night to everybody who joining me tonight. Munchibi Talks Politics with your girl, Munchibi. Thank you so much. Welcome, welcome. What place is so dark? I don't know. Place look dark though, me not lie. I don't know the light is on. I don't know why. Place look dark. That's why you're not live. We will lead and not live. We are sat down with Andrew. We are sat down with Andrew. All right, guys, welcome, welcome, welcome. You know, we're going to start at the end of the song when we have 100 persons watching. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Please share the live to everybody. Let them know that Munchibi is here tonight. Welcome to Munchibi Talks Politics with your girl, Munchibi. So, guys, tonight we want to start off our program by saying a big and a huge congratulations to our Prime Minister, Dr. Andrew Michael Holness. He attended his graduation today at a university in Boston, Massachusetts. Northwestern University. Yes, he got his PhD, and we are so proud of our Prime Minister. Our Prime Minister continued to make us proud, both personally, both as far as the country is concerned, both internationally. We are extremely proud of our Prime Minister because he was in charge of a whole country, like 3 million people during COVID, during the high crime rate, during the onslaught against him from the Integrity Commission, during the lies and the propaganda that the PNP spread on him, and all through that, our Prime Minister still withstood the test of time, and he did his PhD, and he graduated yesterday or today. I don't know when he graduated, but we're proud of our Prime Minister. When them same do thesis in again, from states to the street, the impact of gun violence and American gun laws on our street, which is true, you know, guys. That is a very, very good topic that our Prime Minister chose. That topic is spot on when it comes to Jamaica, because we all know that Jamaica don't make any guns, and we don't have a law that say everybody have the right to bear arms, but yet still the amount of guns that turn up on our streets, 90%, I want to say maybe 99% of the guns on our street come into our country from the United States of America. More than almost 100%. I mean, maybe only 1% or so maybe come from Q80. But the vast majority of the guns that turn up on our shores come from the United States of America, and the same Jamaican people in the diaspora, they are the ones that are sending the guns in our country. And because of the loose gun laws in America, especially in the red states like in Florida, in Texas, in all the red states, where people can just go into a store and buy guns, and then them going to end up in a Jamaica, and them going to use now for kill off Jamaican people. So our Prime Minister, he chose the right topic. He chose the right. One thing we realize with our Prime Minister, Andrew Michael Holness, you know, guys, he's always thinking about Jamaica. He's always choosing Jamaica. This is a man of service and not a man of self. From the very, if you look in the school book at the Prime Minister former school that he attended, if you look at them name, you see what he wanted to become, a politician. So from the day our Prime Minister was in school, maybe from before he farming in mother belly, our Prime Minister knew that he wanted to be a man of service, and he loved Jamaica, and he always chose Jamaica, and he always put the country first. So that is why when he decided to do his PhD, he did it in law and in the other thing, and it was spot on. It was a perfect topic, because our Prime Minister know and him see the effect of the loose gun laws in America and how it is affecting Jamaica. And it's not only Jamaica alone, but you know, because Jamaica is the capital of the Caribbean, and Jamaica is well known and everything, you know, everything at Jamaica. So of course, that is a perfect topic that our Prime Minister chose. So we want to say a big congratulations to our Prime Minister, Andrew Holness, Dr. Holness. We are proud of you. You did a good job, and on behalf of the well-thinking people of Jamaica and the Jamaica Labour Party, congratulations. Now, people, Mrs. Sona reach. I have enough people, you know, I have to wait until a lot of persons come. Starting tomorrow, May 1st. Starting tomorrow, May 1st, the people of Jamaica, and I'm talking the people who are paying electricity bill. I'm not talking the people who throw up wire. So I don't want nobody who throw up wire come now out tomorrow, and I go talk about, oh, we're not getting none of the Prime Minister, and our government not do nothing for we. Today is the 1st. I don't think today is the 1st. Today is the 1st, guys. No. Actually, today is the 1st. Not even was today the 1st. I thought today was the 30th. Anyway, tomorrow the 2nd. All right, guys. Thank you so much for your correction. So, the law-abiding citizens of Jamaica, the people who pay electricity bill to JPS, starting from today, our government under the leadership of Andrew Michael Holness and Darren Vaz have cut the GCT move it from 15% to 7%. And that is a big deal for us, the paying customer. Me not talk the people who throw up wire. Me not talk the people who are thief light. So we don't want to hear from you tomorrow about how you not benefit, because you guys cannot benefit because you guys are living free. For us, the paying customer, we appreciate it, and we thank the Prime Minister for this small morsel thankful receive. Starting from today, May 1st, the government of Jamaica will reduce the GCT on our electricity bill from 15% to 7%. And we should see this reflecting on our bill next month, at the end of the month. I mean, I expect thief in JPS. I don't expect thief in JPS to raise up a bill just because you know one will benefit from the little $1,000. You know. We're expecting to see the benefit of this policy from our Prime Minister, Dr. the Honorable Andrew Michael Holness, and we appreciate it. We don't hear the PNP people them come out and say nothing. We don't hear we don't see the gleaner bring it, or no media bring it, because you know guys, when we realize, and I keep saying this, we cannot depend on the mainstream media to put out any information for us. We cannot continue to depend on the mainstream media to put out, to highlight any policy for us, because I search the toilet paper gleaner today. Me search the toilet paper gleaner up and down. Well, the free part, because you guys know I am not going to be paying for I'm not going to be paying for no subscription from the gleaner. But the free part of my searching today, I did not see them bring anything about this policy. So it is for us, the Jamaica Labour Party supporters, to make sure we go out and we remind the people of Jamaica that starting May 1st, we should see a reflection on our next bill. GCT slashing more than half, 7%. And we thank the Prime Minister for that. So people of Jamaica now, I have been having a discussion with a couple of labor rights about the Jamaica Labour. Thank you so much, guys. Welcome. Stonewall, welcome. Thank you very much. Please click on the like button as you come in. Please, 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 and thank you so much. And remember to share the live to everybody in our family group, in our friend group, in our school group, in our boyfriend and girlfriend group. Just share the live so the others can know that we're here and we are talking about the policies of Andrew Michael Holness. So for the people who just reached, we, the Jamaica Labour Party supporter and the law-abiding citizen and the good people of the patriotic people of Jamaica, we want to congratulate our Prime Minister for his accomplishment as it relates to his PhD. And also, let me repeat, we want to make sure we go out and tell others who don't know, who don't remember, that starting today, May 1st, the government of Jamaica and Jamaica Holness administration has reduced the GCT on our electricity bill from 15% to 7%. And that is a big deal. That is almost half. And we thank him very much. And we're glad for the little relief, because we know that JPS is very, very thief. Speaking of JPS, before we move to the next topic, why Philip Paulwell? Philip Paulwell aunted so. Philip Paulwell so aunted like him cannot sleep at night. Philip Paulwell look like said the fact that him not there at the table and negotiate with JPS, him a get sleepless night. One would think that the death of Philip Paulwell's daughter and his baby mother would have given him sleepless night. But no, the JPS negotiation, that is what is keeping Philip Paulwell up at night. The JPS negotiations, that is what is keeping Philip Paulwell up at night. Can you believe that, guys? Can you believe that the Philip Paulwell is worrying about the JPS negotiation and him having baby mother in a prison, plus he have one underground and a baby? I know that's supposed to keep Philip Paulwell up. Philip Paulwell find time to be worried about say this is serious. The level of entitlement. The level of entitlement, people, as it relates to Philip Paulwell and the JPS. This should be studied. Philip Paulwell is acting as if the JPS is his personal company. Like Philip Paulwell is acting like that is his child. Philip Paulwell cannot get it in his head that he is not in government and he is not the minister. And me not see this level of attachment. Me not see no other person that act like Philip Paulwell. No, don't get me wrong, the PNP is desperate and they're throwing everything, But the way of Philip Paulwell are gone, he act like him own JPS. Like him want a blow by blow. Like every time Daryl Vaz come out of the meeting, Daryl Vaz supposed to call him and say, hey Philip, what go on? What we talk about today. Like he want a daily. He want a daily update on how far the negotiation reach. He want a daily update on what is being said at the table. Philip Paulwell, you are not in government. You are not the minister, Philip Paulwell. What is wrong with you? I say me love how Daryl Vaz is just as bad, people. Daryl Vaz is just as bad. Because Daryl Vaz no say him want no. You see, because Daryl Vaz no say him haunted. So because Daryl Vaz no say skin a bite him, Daryl Vaz not tell him nothing. Daryl Vaz not tell him nothing because Daryl Vaz no say it is eating him up inside. Oh, Philip Paulwell, so concerned. And this level of concern that Philip Paulwell has in people, it is not for the people of Jamaica, It hurt the PNP. So them and negotiate this bill so they can this deal so they can get their sweetheart deal and then kick back. It is hurting the PNP operatives that they are not at the negotiating table to get them campaign donation. It is paining the People's National Party that they are not the ones negotiating this contract because they want Ted to be there so they can get them 20% kickback to run them election. So Mr. Man every night in guy in bed, in my dream, he's salivating. And because he not nobody, and then what hurt him again, guys, as I said before, let me say it again. Daryl Vaz and the government now use nobody we know. Daryl Vaz and the government now use no PNP businessman and a friend of Daryl and Philip Paulwell, because remember people, Philip Paulwell know everybody in the industry, Philip Paulwell have been in the industry so long that he know everybody. So Daryl Vaz get some people from overseas. Can you hear me now? Oh, the government is saying that they're waiting on people to come from overseas. Why do they need those people? We need those people, Philip Paulwell, because we don't want to use none of your friend and company them. We needed those people because we don't want to use none of the PNP people them who will care about story to you and we can give information to and send them go negotiate on behalf of the People's National Party. So every 3 months, Daryl Vaz wake up and look like him have wet dreams and him say, Lord God, I wonder what go on with the JPS negotiation. Lord God, I wonder where I go on now. Me can't hear nothing. Me can't hear how far it reach. Me can't hear what the deal. Me can't hear what the government are do. And it burn him. But you, Philip Paulwell, you're going to drop down. You're going to avoid some bottleneck because Daryl Vaz not tell you nothing. When the time comes to update the country, you will hear when the country hear. When the time come to update the country in parliament, you will hear along with the rest of the country. You're not special. You're not in a government. When time come to update the country, Daryl Vaz will go to the parliament and you will hear when the ordinary citizens are here. You're not special. You're not in a government. This level of entitlement where the PNP have to state resources must be cut off. This level of entitlement what the PNP have to government resources must be cut off. Not too much now. Too much now. Anywhere it's a state entity, the PNP want to grab. When you can and wait, you should be worrying about your baby mother court case. Your baby mother court case will come up. That is what you should be worried about, because you will be called as witness. You will be called as witness, because according to the baby mother, a year old she did there all day long and she don't left the yard. So you will be called as witness for the prosecution. So you need to be getting your ducks in the row and get your point to put together. You don't need to worry about the JPS deal, because you are not government. You will be called as a witness in the case, in the brutal murder of your baby mother and your baby. That is why you're supposed to still be in mourning. How heartless can you be, Philip Paulwell? How heartless. And a 1 year since your baby mother, your baby dead now. And a 1 year since your baby mother, your baby now. Oh, you not mourn. Oh, you not keep no memorial. Oh, you not keep no memorial. Oh, you not mourn. Or you not put up a little tweet or a little text and say, oh, today marks 1 year since, Tashana and my beautiful baby died. And that is what you're supposed to be focusing on. That is where you're supposed to be focusing all your energies and leave the negotiation at JPS alone. You're not in a government. You're not in a government, Philip Paulwell. I don't know what is wrong with you. Because you're supposed to be if anything, you're supposed to be at prison long time. Because remember in the 2007 election, when Bruce Golding and Portia Simpson Miller was at the debate, and then time Diane Jackson was a real journalist, Then time Diane Jackson was a real journalist. I don't know when she turned blogger and I worked for the PNP. Then time there, she did have credibility and she was a real journalist. So when she asked Portia Simpson Miller, why is Philip Paulwell still in her cabinet, and why is Philip Paulwell still so close to the PNP and in government, and based on the level of corruption and mismanaging of state resources and government funds, why is Philip Paulwell still a prominent person in her cabinet? Yeah, Rana, well, he has negotiated a deal, and you can remember in cable and wireless and one bag of nonsense. And Bruce Golding said Philip Paulwell should not be in any government, and if anything, Philip Paulwell should be in prison. So for any time there, Philip Paulwell should be in redundant, and I don't know where I'll go back with him again and go. Philip Paulwell is the epitome of a 9-life pussycat. You lick him up, you turn him out, what a hard man for dead. That is Philip Paulwell. So I don't know what happened to him this morning, people. But look like say Philip Paulwell wake up. Look like he had a nightmare. Look like he eat too much sugar in bed last night. And he wake up with a nightmare and he get up this morning and go talk about, what is going on with JPS and the negotiation. Go sit down, Philip Paulwell. Go have several seats. This is not, have nothing to do. This have absolutely nothing to do with you and the People's National Party. We have a competent member of parliament. We have a competent minister. We have a competent team. And we are positive and we are sure that when the deal is completed, when Darrell Vass come back to the parliament to update the nation, this deal will be beneficial to the people of Jamaica. And there will be no more sweetheart deal for Jamaica public service. There will be no more deal where JPS will be able to send the people of Jamaica 5 bill where they not can read estimate bill. There will be no more deal to JPS where they will be charging the paid customer for the thieving customer and so forth, so forth. So we trust Darrell Vass, because since he came that position, he has been performing left, right, and center. We are proud. When it comes to transportation, Darrell Vass is performing. When it comes to every other part of the ministry, we are pleased. So we're not worried. We're sitting pretty and just waiting. We don't have no anxiety. So we don't know, oh, anxiety will kill you, so. We don't know, oh, you're anxious, so. Like you go to bed last night, you dream about the JPS negotiation. Yes, Lord God. I wonder what I go on. Excuse Philip Paulwell. So yes, guys, the JPS, our bill should reflect a deduction in our bill. Now that the GCT is going to be moving from 15% to 7%, and us, the paying customer, JPS, people to make sure to look pound a bill, because we must see the reduction come next month or this month when the bill come, or early this month, because we know JPS a thief, JPS a criminal, and JPS do not like to give back. So yes, now I saw the lazy, incompetent, non-performing member of parliament known as Michael Phillips, run a mile gully. Wanna see him? Who saw him? People of Jamaica and diaspora. Look, anytime election are drawn near, that is the only time when Michael Phillips go a mile gully. For the whole time now take your eyes see him until election time in gone round there. Now, the People's National Party has been in government for 18.5 years, plus 4 years of Lucretia Simpson Miller. And now since Andrew Holness farm government in 2016, Mr. Phillips knows a mile gully need a new school. And now since Andrew Michael Holness became the Prime Minister of Jamaica, I realized that the PNP want Andrew Holness government to fix everything in the PNP constituency. And when them in a government, they don't look out for PNP constituency, they only look out for the few. Look from when Mile Gully School in a dilapidated condition. Look from when Chichi and Mole take over Mile Gully School from in the early 90s. Every time there is heavy rain or there's a storm, the roof of the Mile Gully high school blow off. And I know Mile Gully in a deplorable condition. Right under the 18.5 years of Percival, Noel James Patterson, Omar Tiffin Davis, and Lucretia Simpson Miller, Mile Gully has always been in that state. Mile Gully has always been in that dilapidated condition right through the PNP time. So when we see me in the paper, I talk about how Mile Gully should I get a new school from before you became the member of parliament. You should be ashamed of yourself. When we see you in the paper, I talk about how Mile Gully supposed to get a new school from before you went there in 2012. Who you pointing fingers on? You should be pointing fingers on Percival and Maxine Henry Wilson and Burchell Whiteman and Mr. Ronnie Tweets. They were at the helm for over 23 years. And I know the pit name of Mile Gully are wet up. And I know the pit them in a Mile Gully School if you keep school in a tent. And I know Mola take over Mile Gully School. And that the 18.5 years of Percival, Mile Gully School always have a drop booth toilet. And to date in 2025, Mile Gully still have a drop booth toilet under the PNP. So I don't understand where this outrage is coming from you, Michael Phillips. Who you trying to fool? Who are you trying to fool? When the PNP made the decision to change out all the all-age schools and turn them into high schools, I mean the comprehensive and the all-age as well, the PNP should have used that opportunity to upgrade and renovate the schools, but they didn't have any money to do that because Omar Davis and Percival Noel James Patterson was mismanaging the affairs of the country. When the PNP made the decision to turn all the comprehensive high schools in high school, at that time the PNP should have been refurbishing schools and expanding schools and changing out all the pit toilet. But at the time, Omar Davis was busy sacking the country. Percival was busy thieving up the money, and all the PNP cared about was taking care of the PNP people and the PNP kitchen cabinet. So now you now know that it is coming up to our next election now, and you want to vote. You gonna call media about how government need to renovate Mile Gully School. Mile Gully School should have been taken care of long time. Mile Gully is not a new school. But that's so PNP treat them constituency. If I show you a PNP constituency, if you show me a PNP constituency, I can show you the deplorable condition. That is how the PNP treat PNP people. They take them for granted. They take them for granted. Michael Phillips never business about Mile Gully people. Michael Phillips don't business about Mile Gully High School. So look like saying shame. Look like in shame now. Every time when Michael supposed to see the condition of Mile Gully School under the People's National Party. Now you talk about oh you government 9 years now and nothing now going for Mile Gully. You forgot that 23 years PNP did nothing there. You forgot say under the 18.5 years of Percival and the 4 years of Lucretia, you guys did nothing at Mile Gully High School. Mile Gully School pick them still at your sit down pan drop buff toilet and pick a mikla bite them pan them bottom under the People's National Party. Now you're talking about government now fix Mile Gully School. How many schools you want the government to be fixing at this time? Remember the PNP leave every single rural school in a bad condition, you know. Remember, the PNP leave every single rural schools when they have no money. The only rural schools will look good are the one like Glenmuir, Clarendon College, Monroe, States. Them schools have a big past student association, Manchester High, Descartes, Bel-Air. All of the schools where they have a good past student association, they suffered under the People's National Party. Omar Davis was busy selling off Jamaican assets. Percival was busy buying a big ball during France 1998. The PNP never have business with rural schools. The PNP never have business with rural schools. So I know who you are for lazy, incompetent, non-performing element known as Michael Phillips. I vote y'all look now. I vote y'all look now. I don't know Mile Gully pitting them are going to classroom full of mole. I don't know Mile Gully school tap blow off. I don't know Mile Gully pitting them I use drop buff. Straight under the PNP. That was the condition of Mile Gully School, Winston Jones School, Belfield School. PNP not take care of rural schools. PNP do not take care of rural school. As since Jamaica Labour Party win the election and Rhoda Mike Crawford became the member of parliament, when them, the wicked one named Mario Mitchell up Belfield, see Rhoda gone over Belfield High School, gone help them to renovate and make a brand new block. In taking enough self and run gone over there too. For the 18.5 years of Percival, Noel, James Patty, so PNP never look on Belfield High School. PNP never business with Bell. As a matter of fact, when Peter Bunting was a member of parliament for Central Mandeville, only Manchester High School used to keep all our event, and the people from Belfield and every surrounding areas, if they want to see Peter Bunting, they had to come to a meeting at Manchester High School. He now look up at Belfield. He now look up at Belfield. He now look up at Patrick. Is when Andrew Holness win the election and the road of Mike Crawford. The primary school, them get like an assistant. The primary school in the Patrick area get a little assistant from the Andrew Holness. PNP no business with rural schools. And any school that is in the PNP constituency want to see a thrive is not because of the PNP. It is because of the past student association, not because of the People's National Party. So when you don't see that lazy, non-performing, sweet in a mouth and bitter in a belly MP, known as Michael Phillips, coming out to call media, talking about how the government have been dragging their feet and renovating Mile Gully High School. You should be ashamed of yourself, Michael Phillips. You should be ashamed of yourself. You have no legacy in that constituency. We have nothing to point on, nothing significant to point and say you have been there for how much years from 2012? Over 12 years you have been there, and there's nothing to show for you did it from when. So now when you want to vote, now you come and talk about Mile Gully High School. You don't renovate not one health center around there. You not community center, no high school, no road, no nothing. The plant that was built around there, the storage unit that was built around there under the previous MP, PNP MP, you not touch it from your win. You not touch it from your win. The people in a tie go tonight when rain fall. The storage unit, where the Peart man bill and left round there, and where the Stewart man left, what the man name? Left round there for you and the man on the south. None I told no look pan it. That was supposed to benefit the people in South Manchester and your people them as well. And none I told no don't look pan it. You lazy, you incompetent, you're a non-performer. You come now and talk about Mile Gully High School. You didn't care about Mile Gully High School. The PNP didn't care. All of the school, the PN, when Andrew Holness won the election in 2016, 90% of the rural school were still using pit toilets. When Andrew Holness won the election, 90% of the rural schools were still using pit toilets under the People's National Party. And no running waters in school. It's Andrew Holness government who has improved the lives of rural students. So I don't know we are coming to talk about how Andrew Holness government that take 9 years to build Mile Gully School. Where were you? Where were you under the 9 years? You just realized the Mile Gully not in a school? You just who pinch him and tell him say Mile Gully no get no new school yet? Who pinch him and tell him say Mile Gully never get no? So in the things say school around there? Michael, come here. Come here, man. Sit down yourself. You the things say school around there, who call you and tell us that the new school not come yet? Is this news to you? The PNP MP in the rural Jamaica have done absolutely nothing for the people of Jamaica. That is why Dayton Campbell can't go back down a bamboo. That is why Dayton Campbell can't go back down a bamboo. That is why Ianias can't go back down a Hanover. That is why Peter Bunting can't come back as central in Garona South no gang and check up the PNP people them around there. Because when the PNP win rural Jamaica and rural constituency, they neglect them. When the PNP win rural seats, they neglect those seats. Because number one, they're not living at the constituency. The only PNP MP. You don't notice the Tara lazy one now Clarendon or he stand up down there hard for beat him because a dung they come from and a dung they have in business. Any PNP MP will have any rural seat and live in a town lazy, incompetent and can't win back their seat because they do nothing. You have one lazy one named Lisa Anna. She only know for pose. She only know to take beautiful pictures and make beautiful speech and go on the beach in a two-piece. Lisa Anna is a non-performer because the people in assessor still a use pit toilet. The people in assessor still a carry water upon their head. And the people in assessor still a throw up where some of them in a darkness. Anytime the PNP control in the rural seat, they do absolutely nothing for the people of Jamaica. That is why PNP cannot win no rural seats. That is why the People's National Party struggle to win rural seats because they are non-performer. In St. Elizabeth, same thing. But you think say, Dry Foot just run down a Northeast, gone live. Because you know what? The people in a rural Jamaica want member of parliament that lives in the constituency because the PNP traumatized them. That's where you see dry foot just gone down and artist. And you see the other thief in me one day gone down so. Because they cannot, gone are the days when you can stay at town and win rural seat. Those days are over. You have to be on the ground. So Michael Phillips are one of the last lazy, incompetent, non-performing town MP will have a rural seat, and his days are numbered. His days are numbered. Him are one of the few town MP will control a rural seats right now because the people tired of the PNP. All of a sudden, I don't know where you come from. I don't know who throw some salt in your nose and wake you up. You run gang, call me about how the people of Mile Gully have been waiting on school for 9 years. The children of Mile Gully have been waiting on a new school for 23 years under the People's National Party. Who not build not one block. Who not put on, who not change out not one roof. And we not provide not one water or change out no pit toilet over there. You go like we left good school over there and under Jamaica Labour Party the school mash up. You are going like say as a proper school you leave down the Michael and the school mash up in a 9 years. I see you must you leave it. I see you must the PNP had it for 23 years. So we know where you come about now. Nobody come with the alarm. You spoke to the ministry and Kassan Troop talk to you and tell us it is in procurement. You know, say I saw the procurement guideline take time. So you can't talk. Your talking cannot make it go faster. Because under the 18.5 years of Percival, you had ample time to fix that school. Ample time to fix that school. So I know where you come about now. Sure, but that upset me, Michael. You know me, me not to like you already. No, I'm going to say 2 things on this topic. You see, the People's National Party supporters, Jamaicans, Labour and Independent, we want to know if we always keep our eyes on them. The People's National Party supporters, they are a cult. They act alike and they think alike and they're easily misled. The PNP supporters are like the MAGA, Trump people them. You just need to tell them something and then run with it. They don't read nothing. They don't do their own research. Nothing at all. Now, our Prime Minister, Dr. the Honorable Andrew Michael Holness. Every time a Prime Minister go anywhere to cut any ribbon or break any ground to build anything, our Prime Minister always use the opportunity to speak on housing in our country. Our Prime Minister knows it is a hot button topic. It is what the young people want to hear about. It will be on the ballot box, and our Prime Minister is on the ground. Now, I keep saying this every single time. It is not our Prime Minister alone supposed to be talking about housing at the wall away. So when I got tired for you me talk about housing at night time because that is me now come off of it. So me put out the disclaimer from now. If you say, when you board me tired for here, I can go on from now because starting from May 1 going to the election, me now rest off of this topic of housing. Now, in the Prime Minister budget debate, let me remind you guys what our Prime Minister said. starting July 1. For NHT contributors who earn less than $30,000 per week, the deposit requirement on open market loans will be reduced to 2%. If the housing solution being acquired is priced or below 14 million. Starting from July 1st. Starting from July 1st. NHT contributors, and these people will be considered low income earners. The very same people who are now complaining that they cannot afford house. Starting from July 1st, contributors to the NHT who earn less than $30,000 a week, when they come to get a loan from the NHT to buy a house, if they find a house and want to buy the house, once the house have a $14 million, that it say? Anything below 14 million, 14 million and below, 2%. Okay, guys? So now, what we, the members of the Jamaica Labour Party and Blogger, need to do now is to make sure we ring this in the ears of the young people and the low-income earners and even the young professionals who are trying to buy a house now. Because the argument that this government is not doing enough is false. The argument that this government is not putting in policy in place so that young people and low-income earners and young professionals can afford a house is false. Now, one would say that, well, we can't find a house for $14 million and below. I don't agree, because, and in another, wait, let me play this.
The 1st of July 2025, deposit requirements for contributors earning less than 30,000 weekly will be reduced from 5% to 2% for open market purchases under $14 million. This is not a horse that can fly. This is a real commitment that is made effective the 1st of July. This will be very helpful to persons seeking to purchase homes. Service charges will drop to 0 for contributors in that same income band, meaning persons earning less than 30,000 per week, and 2% for those earning up to 42,000 weekly. Again, this is a real incentive that will impact low-income earners. The Home Grant program will now be available to contributors earning up to 30,000 weekly with a maximum grant of $3.5 million. Again, another tangible benefit, not a wish, not a promise, not a dream. Come the 1st of July this year, this will be available. Now, we know that some contributors have taken loans to build homes, but due to rising costs, have been unable to complete them. For those earning less than 30,000 weekly, the NHT will now offer either an additional loan up to the difference between their current balance and an $11 million cap, or a home grant up to $3.5 million to help bringing the home to completion, especially for pensioners or others who cannot take on more debt. This is very important. So the housing market is not just persons who are seeking to purchase. We also know that there are many persons who have purchased and have probably started construction or started improvement, and they are not able to finish. So they have the house burden on them. They can't live in the incomplete structure. They're still paying rent. So they're not able to fully enjoy a new home. So what the NHT is doing, considering the real practical situation, they will provide you with a loan, a cap of up to $11 million, subject to your income affordability, or if not, we will consider you for the home grant of $3.5 million. Again, a practical way in which the NHT has your back and is ensuring that you can have shelter.
Okay. So this is for people who are buying houses in the who are trying to buy a house, 14 million and less in the open market. But I want to ask somebody something. Somebody call me and tell me. Do you, I don't want to be controversial, but Kirk say less than 30,000 per week means 16,000 a week. But what is the cheapest mortgage now, Munchie? What is the cheapest mortgage now, guys? Me not pay mortgage, so me don't know. Somebody can tell me what is the cheapest mortgage now. I don't know. I've never paid mortgage in my life, so me don't know. Me know people who pay mortgage, but me think that's a people personal business, so me can't call them up on their phone and say, Spice Girl, what's your mortgage? I think that is very invasive. So me not really know how mortgage paying going, what's the cheapest mortgage. But my question to the people, them come in and understand, so me can ask Erica, Master Jam this. What is the going price for a house that NHT builds? Like the house them with their Bernard Lodge and the house them the house with the government a bill. What is the going price for those houses? Anybody can tell me? Because the first thing me see, the PNP, them in my chat a comment and I say, there is no house in the market for 14 million and below. Is that true? Kirk said 12 to 14 million. Then if the government a bill also 12 to 14 million, and you guys can go and get a mortgage 2%, what you want again? Depend to, what is? Bridget, where is it? Depends to two bedrooms start at 14 million. Okay, so the problem is not the price, the problem is the amount. Okay, you know what I learn? And guys, this is just me asking questions. Come in and know, it's not let me know everything. Jamaica is not that the problem is not that people cannot afford houses, you know. The price of the house can only go down if we have enough house on the market. It's like demand and supply, in my opinion. Don't tell me wrong. If we have whole heap of people chase only a small amount of things, the price is going to be high. So I don't think the conversation should not be about people cannot afford house. The conversation should be about the NHT, our investors building more houses. Because I see anything me hear the Prime Minister of Canada talk about now. And I'm talk about modular houses. What are modular houses, guys? I'm going to tell me what are modular houses. Can we build those houses in Jamaica? I don't know. Tell me. Modular, MODULAR. What kind of house? Want to tell me what kind of house that? Come in and I'm sure do some research on that, you know. Now me hear the Prime Minister of Canada is saying that it's not a situation where the young people cannot afford houses. The few people who have house to sell is selling it so expensive because a whole heap of people are go off of the one house. So the argument should not be that the government that NHT houses are expensive. We should be saying to our government, bring in the Chinese or whatever it takes to build more houses. But the government tried to build houses in container and the PNP cow it down and kill it and said they don't want it and we don't want a container house because Andrew Holness not living in a container house. I would live in a container house. I would live in a container house. I don't know what the Jamaican people, they're fool. Some of them, me say, they go America and they live in any little pan house, any little board house. And then make the PNP turn them in a blinking idiot. Since prefabricated or containers like homes or even box cost house could be. Yeah, okay. And that me hear the Prime Minister of Canada is saying that he's going to build for the Canadian people. Prefabricated house. So I don't know why we can't get them the house in Jamaica. The Jamaican people, them say they don't want any house, them love. So anyway, I am thinking, in my opinion, guys, don't tell me if I'm wrong. It is not a situation where the houses are too expensive. It is a situation where we do not have enough houses on the market. So what we should be calling on our government and continue to encourage our government to do and tell our Prime Minister Holness to do is to bring in the Chinese, because you know the Chinese, them willing and able, you know. Turn over the building of houses to the Chinese and build more houses in abundance so that we can have more houses from the market so the price of house can go down and so the people can get more houses to buy. That is what the Prime Minister should, they go call me Prime Minister. That is what we should be talking about. It's not a situation, because what else the government, this initiative that the government is putting in place is a good initiative. But if the people have the money and the people have access to the money and then don't have any house on the market, they're still going to be frustrated. That if the people have access to this money and they can't get the money, and when they go up on the open market, they can't find a house, they still are going to be upset with the Prime Minister, and they still will be cussing the Prime Minister and say they can't afford a house too expensive and blah, blah, black sheep. So what we should be discussing is to ramp up the production, you know, building more houses. And if we don't have enough people in Jamaica to build the houses, get the Chinese them to come in and build the houses. That is the argument. So the PNP telling people that they're gonna give people $1 billion to buy a house. Where the house are gonna come from for them buy? Where the house will be coming from if we have a production problem. We have a production problem right now in Jamaica. It seems as if we cannot build the houses fast enough. And because we cannot build the houses fast enough, every little house where we build, the people them swoop them up quick and fast. And then people are go upset because they cannot get any house to buy. So what we should be discussing and our government should be discussing is to get the Builders Association, bring in help if we need help to ramp up the building of houses so that Jamaican people can have access to more houses. Therefore, the price of house will go down. Prime Minister will put that in the manifesto. I hope the Jamaica Labour Party manifesto writers and the movers and shakers is sitting at the table now to crunch the numbers and discuss how we're going to ramp up the production and the building of houses in Jamaica. Because PNP promised to give 20 people or 200 people $1 billion. That's just money for people eat. Because if they get the money and then can't find the house, they might go to nyam that the $1 billion there. The $500,000, sorry. When you give the people them $500,000, so they must go and go buy a house, and the people them can't find a house, they just go eat that the money the PNP because there'll be no house. So Prime Minister Holness, good night, my Prime Minister. Is my Prime Minister in Jamaica, people? Bridget, I don't know if my Prime Minister come home yet. Because what we should be discussing, and maybe the Prime Minister discuss it, maybe I hear, me not hear. Because I know my Prime Minister on the ball. But what we should be discussing, labor rights and supporters, is ramping up the production of houses. The Builders Association, and what them do? Who are on the Builders Association, guys? We need to be building more houses. And if we do not have the people them on the ground to build the houses, we should get in the Chinese them to build the house quick and fast. Yeah, man. Bring in the Chinese Prime Minister Holness. bring in the Chinese. Right now, the Chinese, they want something to do because since Donald Trump tariff, and then I really have nothing to do, and you know, so the economic kind of contract. Now is the good time now to go back into the negotiating table with China, or Czech, or whatever their name, and tell them, say, look here, we have the market, we have the people, come and let us build some houses for the young people. We want to call in the Chinese Prime Minister so we can ramp it up on the people of Jamaica so that the more people of Jamaica can have access to home ownership. Yeah, man, because see, our Prime Minister said, guys, starting from July 1st, contributors who earn less than 30,000 per week, the deposit requirement on open market loans will be reduced to 2%. If the housing solution being acquired is priced at or below 14 million. And you know, some people say they can't find housing at the open market, and because they're not looking up. Because whole heap of houses sell at Portmore, Waterford, Gregory Park, and place there. And those houses are for less than 14 million. You don't need to start look harder. Whole heap of houses sell. You just need to look. House upon the open market selling. And you can buy them house there, and you can fix them up. And for the people that want to fix up, there is something in store for the people that want to fix up as well. So you go up on the open market, go look on the house. I not say the government not for ramp up production, you know, don't get me wrong. But while the government ramp up production, go up on the market and go look, open market and go and look. And you can buy land as well. Right now in a Mandeville here where me there, Wally Palana sell. Wally Palana sell in a central Manchester and a South Manchester. When you drive down a South Manchester, and the people who come from South Manchester, you know, see the land. You know, see the land we are selling in a South Manchester. A lot of land selling. Me don't know how much feel land, Ricardo, because me not buy land. Me never really take off the number, but I can if you don't want. Right close to where me there, land a sell. Right down a South Manchester, when me drive go down the last month, then me see them cut road for a beautiful piece of land a sell. Land a sell in a central Manchester, guys. You go out and go look. Me nah say the government not for ramp up production, you know, but until then, you can't look to man. And a Portmore alone, me tell you, sister, Lana sell in a South Manchester, Lana sell in a Central Manchester, Lana sell in a St. Elizabeth. So you can come buy land. Manchester is the best parish. Manchester is the best parish in Jamaica. Central Manchester is the best constituency in Jamaica. No crime. Good road. Thanks to Road of My Crawford. Good light. Solar light. Internet work beautifully. And water in the pipe. Central Manchester is the middle class of Manchester. You don't ask anybody who will come from down here and ask if I let me tell. Central Manchester is the middle class of Manchester. I don't know because I live down here, I tell you no. Central Manchester is the best constituency in rural Jamaica. Beautiful houses. Good road. We don't really have no water problem because remember, you know, when the Greater Mandeville water projects roll out, you know, everywhere in Central are going to have water. Plus, we don't have JPS problem. We don't have no teeth in a fiber optic cable around here, so we always have cable. And the road is good because Road of My Crawford fixed. Every single road in a Central Manchester is fixed. Every road. And we don't have crime problem. Let me tell you that from now. No crime. Since the start of the year, no crime has been committed in Central Manchester. Well, maybe one. At the man where shoot the 3 woman, me now count that. Because that, you know, that's a crime, but you know what I mean. No gunman no live in a central Manchester. None. So no come to central, Lana sell down here. Lana sell round the south as well. All over Mandeville and Manchester, Lana sell and Patrick. No come buy land and stop, but you can't find no land for nowhere to live. Leave out of town act like furnace. Leave out of town and come in a central down here nice and cool. And we can do like a backyard farming. And let me tell you something about central. No dance, no keep. And in a central. If somebody keep a little party, by 12 o'clock, they have to turn it off because the people then call police to lock that down quick and fast. The place is very quiet, crime-free, be a law-abiding citizen there. No corner shop, itch up, boy. None of that. Place is properly well kept on the road of my Crawford. I'm telling you, central Manchester is the place to come and reside, to raise your family, to start business, and everybody is welcome. For we get rid of Bunting for the central is booming. So no come. Leave out of town. Town act like fire and be a traffic and mosquito and a Portmore. Come the man, best parish. So go to the NHT, sign up for no loan, take on 14 million, come down and buy one piece of land for one little 10 or one little $8 million and start build pound of land. Little, if I even build one room or one bathroom first and move in until you can grow and build. And that you for do and leave out of town. If me never have no house, you know, guys, and that mood I do, you know. Would buy a piece of land and just build one room for myself, and one little bathroom, one little kitchen, and then me take my little time and build. We don't have to build no big house at this one time. Take a little time and build. And listen to me now. Lana sell up at East Rural St. Andrew as well if you don't want to go up there go live. Land a sell at East Rural St. Andrew. Land a sell at St. Thomas galore. And let me tell you something. You see the land between St. Thomas and Portland, you go and go scrape up that land now. Because when the highway is finished, you cannot afford those lands. The land between St. Thomas and Portland, go and creep up that land now. Because when the highway is finished, that like the price, the value of the land will go up. I remember, you know, when the urban center finish out of St. Thomas, you no need to come in a town. When the urban center finish in St. Thomas, you no need to come in a town. You go have everything you need in a town. You have everything you need in a St. Thomas. And government building will go over there as well. The government will put a tax office over there, a driving depot over there. RGD is going to go over there. All the little amenities one used to come into town for, it will be at the urban center. KFC, Burger King, Popeyes, Island Grill will be there. Gas stations, everything will be there. JUTC will be there. Hospital is already been renovated and the market is already been renovated. You don't need to come into town. You will not need to come downtown when the urban center is finished. And you already know so now if you shut downtown because you can't buy nothing online. And we're going to have whole heap of boutique over there. So you start buying the lands between St. Thomas and Portland now. As far as to Portland, by the way. As far as to West Portland, you can't scrape up the land them from now. I remember the younger on the be and the cheaper on the mortgage. But that's why I push my nephew. My nephew at 23. And you don't know me talk about my nephew remain. He have to buy a house before my 25. Now wait until he all. And then he have to go pay a mortgage up in his 50s. So the best time now as a young professional to start with home ownership is now. The best time to own a house now is now. So if you're between the age of 21 and 30 and you have a little job, a call center job, you just join the JCF, you just join the JTA, go and take the money and get piece of land and start to build. It is the best time to build now. Yes. See, somebody say, I heard Ricardo Brooks was saying it that this even or the urban center is not. Yes, the urban center is world class, top class. When you drive into the urban center, you think say at Florida you're there. You don't come here. We could talk little before we go back to the politics. You don't come here. When the urban center is complete, the one in St. Thomas and the one that is going to be in Portland, you guys going to think of Florida on a day. Now go say New York, and New York is a big dirty place. Florida not so bad yet. You must be smart and stop listening to the PNP talking about how people can buy land and how this. You must stop listening to the People's National Party. Go to the housing trust, start the process, collect $14 million, buy a piece of land and start to build. Start with one room, one little bathroom, and one little kitchen. Fix up that nice and go and live. I'm sorry, Bridget. New York is a nice place. Brooklyn is a nice place, Bridget. You're right. Brooklyn not bad. Start buying a piece of land now and build. And while you don't work, I'm going to tell you something. People under the Jamaica Labour Party, you can refinance on a loan. It's like how in America, when you pay on a mortgage, certain, not America, I'm talking about America, I don't know about America, Canada. When you buy your house and your mortgage mature, you can get money off of it, that'll go on. And that'll go on it, by the way, guys. You can get money again. So you can build on a house. Under the Jamaica Labour Party, the more we pay down the debt and we turn Jamaica into a first world country, there will be opportunity to get another money again from NHT. Somebody text and tell me if NHT do that now. Like you can when your mortgage mature, you can get money off it and you can get another money again. Tell me, Shirley, the people who buy house will tell me. See, Valor say yes, it a go on already. Exactly. So no stop follow the PNP. Stop follow the PNP. The PNP don't build houses. The PNP build garrison. Thank you, Shirley. It is called equity. Thank you, sister. Be a bright people me have over here now. What me don't know, then tell me. I don't have to worry. The PNP don't build houses. The PNP build shack. The PNP build garrison. Look at the house where the PNP build. The PNP is a non-progressive element. Guys, go to housing trust, get enough money and buy land in a rural Jamaica and leave out of town. Leave out of town. Nothing in a town for you. When Andrew Holness done with rural Jamaica, all the jobs will be there. You don't have to come in a town. Remember me just explain to you, the government will be moving. The government will be putting state agency in rural Jamaica. Jobs will be provided. Call centers will move to rural Jamaica. Hospital will be renovated. Jobs will be provided in rural Jamaica very soon, between now and 2030. So don't listen to the PNP who have to itch up in a town, in a one room, or itch up in a town, in a garrison. Move out into rural Jamaica to get fresh air and get proper place to park on a car. PNP only build garrison. Then I build suburban areas. PNP no build suburban areas where kids can live and grow and have nice park and have nice place where children can ride them bicycle and other amenities. PNP no build that. PNP build garrison with zinc fence. So move to rural Jamaica. Me I tell you no, me used to live at town, guys. I never really want to move down here, but since me moved down here, I could have never lived back at town. Number one, me can't take the heat. Number 2, me can't take the nice with the vehicle them. And number 3, I must live somewhere where me can get fresh air. I'm on time, I just wake up and walk my window. Nice, cool breeze in cool Manchester. Me telling you guys, come. We have space down here for you guys. Come. Come before the PNP Tapanari script up all the land. I don't know, I don't really want to call him name. But that the man they buy up every land down here on a bill. You couldn't think him buy up every land on a bill. Come before him buy up all of the property, guys. Come. Hurry up and come. Here, Shirley, Munchi, can a young teacher apply for a loan from? Yes, sister, what do you mean by that? I know if you apply, Shirley. And if your daughter tell her if you apply, no, me not just tell you, Shirley, say my nephew go apply. The reason why my nephew not apply yet, because me get some advice and he said to me, say, Munchi B, wait until in cause me never know, say, police, when you graduate, you still not on full staff, almost a 1 year after before. But it was some long story. So the person advised me, say, Munchi B, wait until him get him, till I get him right salary and him depend staff. We never know, because I know me not have the body before. So as soon as that sort out with him, me and him foot to foot. I mean, I want him to tell me about my nephew a big man. He never too big man for me. Me no business. Me and him foot to foot up there, go sign up to get him loan. So him can start him home ownership. In a reach 30 and a pay no rent in a town. In a reach 30 and a rent and a pay no $60,000 rent and a live. I want him to live somewhere where he can be safe, where he can have proper perimeter wall. So the person advised me, say, wait until him after 1 year, because they say something. One long story, guys, then give me. I'm going to take the advice, because I'm always here to learn, and people who know more than me always ask them. So then say me for wait, and as soon as the 1 year come, him have to go up the YR, go start out himself. It is a good feeling to own something for yourself. And when you see some family member have generational wealth, you bad mind them. But because their family put things in place. And our generation never get the chance to put things in place because of Michael Manley and Percival, Noel, James, Pattison. Our grandparents never get a chance to leave anything for us because Omar Davis and Percival and Michael Manley mash up the economy, and all the people who get the free education under Michael Manley send them go to America. And under Percival, there was no hope. No under Andrew Michael Holness, every young boy and young girl must own a house. Here, Sharon Forbes, here, all can get a house for rent for $60,000 a year there. You see that door? See, Lifestyle say, my children got their pre-approved letter. Yes! Encourage children and young children, no matter where them at work, go and get the loan, buy a piece of land, and start build. Don't listen to the People's National Party. Don't listen to the People's National Party. Go up to Housing Trust. As a matter of fact, Housing Trust have a portal where you can go on and put in your information and then tell you how much money you qualify for. Don't it? The last time here, Housing Trust have a portal, guys. You can go on the portal, put in your TRN and your information, and it can tell you how much money you qualify for right now. Yes. So we not even have to go up there until you're ready. Just get to the ducks in the row. Just go up on the website and look at the criteria. Go on the portal, put in your information, and see how much money you qualify for. And get to the thing together. Tear up on the paperwork up there, start the process, and go get to the pre-approved letter. Don't listen to the People's National Party. Don't listen to the PNP. The PNP have absolutely nothing to offer young people. The People's National Party have absolutely nothing to offer the young people of Jamaica as it relates to housing. Nothing, because everybody can't live in a town. Everybody cannot live in town. Somebody have to live in rural Jamaica. So just go to Housing Trust and here one now, guys. You see, if you don't have piece of family land, it's even better. You see, if you don't have piece of family land, it's even better for you. If you don't have a grandmother can go on a piece of land, oh Jesus, then the money we don't get no from Housing Trust, don't just bill. Only just bill. If you don't have piece of family land anywhere, all right, you see the man when him Miss Pearly grandson. You know me not love him, because he pay in the cost the government. But you know go and go listen to what he say. He was living in North Carolina as a teacher, look like he come home. And I right down a St. Elizabeth where he come from and in family land, in gone back and make him mansion. And listen to me, young people of Jamaica, do not allow the People's National Party to mislead and to distract you with their lies and their propaganda. If you don't have piece of family land, go to Housing Trust, take the money and go and build. Go and build. Because when Andrew Holness done with the highway in Jamaica, you don't need to live in town to even work in town. Because now it is 45 minutes from Manchester to get into Kingston. 45 minutes. Who did think that was possible? Who thought that was possible in the 90s, in the 80s? In the early 90s and the 80s, anybody will come from Manchester, they think that was possible. Wouldn't have to go through all Harbour and go around the long road. People, if you don't have piece of family land, when I mean to say you go fight family for land and go dead, no. If you don't have piece of safe, legitimate piece of land, take money from Housing Trust and go back to the parish and build on a house there. Go back to the parish and build on a house there. Even if you don't live in a town now and a pay rent, go back to the parish, build on a house there. You don't plan for live in a town forever. And when the highway open up, it's going to be smooth sailing into town. Smooth sailing into town. If you know a nurse, I want to come from St. Anne's. When Andrew Holness finish with the health sector, work will be provided in St. Anne's for uno. Take uno money and go build down there. If you come from Manchester, when Andrew Holness finish with the Mandeville Regional, plus all the health centers in Mandeville and Manchester, jobs will be there for you. Take uno NHT money, come home and build. Don't listen to the People's National Party. And everybody can buy house a town. And everybody can buy house a town. Some of us have to move to rural Jamaica. And rural Jamaica is fine. When you come to Mandeville, ask the people who live down here. Ask Erica. Ask Erica and the rest of them when know Mandeville. When you come to Mandeville, I want to see signs say you are entering Mandeville. You don't say no shock. Mandeville people not build small house. You never say, Chisam, Carla, when me there? You don't say big house pan hill until you eye roll off on your head. So, no matter make PNP distract, Our government under Andrew Michael Holness starting from July 1st, persons who are working $30,000 and less per week can now go to the NHT and get a loan for $14 million. We go take no money and we go bill. Don't listen to the People's National Party $500,000 trick. Do not listen to the PNP $500,000 trick. Take on $14 million from Andrew Michael Holness and go and build. All right. And me no want to tell me about every night me talk about housing. Because when me go on the campaign trailer that me go talk about too. Because when me hear the young people they say they cannot afford a house, it is for me to guide them to the proper information. Uno come, we have space down a Mandeville here for uno. And one of my people in my chat say space down a St. Anne's for uno as well. Space there East River St. Andrew for uno as well. And not to mention St. Thomas and Portland. You guys don't have to stay in a town and itch up. A PNP style that. A PNP itch up style. Zinc fence and all house. Zinc fence and all house and choke wire. That's a PNP style. Under Andrew Michael Holness, every young people, young profession, and law-abiding citizen, low-income earner can own a house. Remember when we used to work under Percival, you know, guys? When me get my first job under Percival, you know, guys, me take myself and bow me Ghana housing trust. Bow me Ghana get me take myself and Ghana housing trust, guys. So me Ghana get loan to make house for my country, for my mother. My love. The people that say me want to qualify must have 800,000. And that Percival, you know. I mean a long time, you know. And you know what? I know under Percival, and I don't want to tell a lie on Percival. Yeah, man, under Percival. Under the last segment of Percival. Under the last term of Percival. No, young people, look here. If me could have come back, when me see some young people are waste their life, you know. When me see some young people are waste their life, and I follow back a PNP and I talk about time come. If someone were born under Percival could have turned by the hands of time and go back to young days, PNP will be a thing of the past. It's like how the people in Trinidad wipe out the PNM and the people of Canada wipe out the NDP, as so we would have wiped out the PNP. If we could have go back lifestyle to the 90s, 100 Holness in a government, when heart is free, when young people can get student loan to go to school without no guarantor, when young people can get $14 million to buy land and make their house, the PNP would be nobody would know about the PNP. The PNP would be the PNP would have be like the Arawak them where people read about. Nobody would know about the PNP because would have wiped them off the face of the earth. So when I see young people are wasting time and I follow back a Mark Golden and the PNP and I talk about time come, and I keep asking them time come for what? Time come for what? When I see the PNP walking around, following Mark Jefferson Golden and a bunch of tapanaris, when I have nothing to offer the people of Jamaica, we take the little $1,500 with their hungry belly self and go up a half a tree, go campaign against the police talking about time come. Me ask them time come for what? Today, Mark Golden has not presented one single policy to benefit the people of Jamaica. Not one single policy has been put forth by the People's National Party where you can say, yes, we like the policy that we can work with it. Nothing. And for those of us that were born in the late 80s and better under Percival, if we could have go back to the 90s with a Andrew Holness or a Bruce Golding, the PNP would be a thing of the past. Would have wiped them off the face of the earth. It don't want to be a third party. Because nobody would vote for the People's National Party. There are so many opportunities available for young people. So many opportunities available under Andrew Michael Holness for young people right now. As it relates to housing, as it relates to job, as it relates to school, and as it relates to every single thing. So many opportunities available. Me see, me look past observer. Popeyes have to be placing ad in the observer to get people to come and work for them. Popeyes have to be paying observer to place ad in their papers, looking for people to come and work for them. That has never happened under the People's National Party. Under the People's National Party, no business place had to place any ad in any paid newspaper. And now we come to a time in Jamaica when now if you want to get anybody, you have to place an ad, you have to pay for an ad. You have to pay for an ad in the newspaper to get people to come and work at your establishment. Because Jamaican people, nowadays, nobody now work for little and nothing. Nobody now work. Popeyes can't get no worker. Burger King can't get no worker. KFC can't get no worker. Because under Andrew Michael Holness, young people have ambition. The only one we see now no ambition are the PNP and the non-progressive one them. We just want fast money and quick life. And the Jamaica Constabulary Force will deal with them. You see all of the criminal there. We do man na the store up a Clock Tower Plaza. I hope when the police finish him off, JFJ and the PNP no run out. I hope when the police send him to a maker, JCF and the PNP no run out and a cry. You know, here we Kamala and Passad Basser so say, load up the matic, empty the clip. I hope when the Jamaica Constabulary Force load up the matic and empty the clip on them, none of them no run out and ball. Because time come for we take back the country from the criminal elements and from the People's National Party. Time come for we take back the country from the dirty corner boy and from the criminal elements from known as the People's National Party and the Jamaicans for juntas. And you know what? The People's National Party have no clear plan for the people of Jamaica. And I will continue to say that. Because in 2012, when Lucretia Simpson Miller was the Prime Minister of Jamaica, crime was at an all-time high. At that time, the Jamaicans for Justice could have gone in any country and get any amount of money because they had something to go and beg on. Now, since January 2025 and late December 2024, when the Jamaica Constabulary Force stood up the thing on the criminal them, and they don't really have not enough to go and beg money, they are now saying that increased police killing and police brutality and extrajudicial killing. Remember, you know, in a 2012 and at Percival time, the Jamaicans for juntas, they were at the peak. They were at their peak because at the time they didn't have to call for donation from the European Union and from United States of America because then time they had a cause. And police were killing people left, right, and center. The PNP sent out a death squad. Right now, the PNP have a police in a life imprisonment because the PNP sent him out to go kill a criminal. So they had means to go and beg money. They had reasons. But now because under Jamaica Labour Party and Jamaica Holness and Dr. Chang, the criminal lawyer talking about the parliament is overstepping. How is the parliament overstepping their authority when the parliament is supreme? How is the parliament overstepping when the parliament is supreme. Based on the constitution and based on what the people then tell me, the parliament is supreme. It is the parliament. Once the parliament now break the constitution, the parliament reigns supreme over every era in the country, including the judiciary. You know, tell me if me have it wrong, they can me have my people them to guide me when me wrong. As long as the parliament no pass no law that breach the constitution, the parliament is supreme. So how is this criminal PNP lawyer talking about the parliament and overstep? The parliament, the only overstep the parliament can overstep is unless the parliament breach the constitution, and the parliament did not breach the constitution by raising the maximum sentencing for criminal and dirty kind of boy. So what is he talking about? What is that criminal man talking about, Jamaica? What is this criminal lover of criminal talking about? Based on the constitution, where the white people left give with Norman Manley and Bustamante and Edward Seaga, everybody, the parliament reign supreme. The duty of the parliament is to pass the law. And the judiciary must follow the law as long as it don't breach the constitution. So if you don't feel like this law that we pass where they breach the constitution, take us to court. Take us to court, sir. Take the government to court. Anytime the government try to instill things and put things in place that benefit the people of Jamaica, you always have the PNP operative on the sideline called creating havoc and problem and being negative. Every time the Jamaica Labour Party pass a law or write a bill, the PNP people them try to tear it down. What do you mean have to Google that right talking to people? I want them to know. The way the PNP love go on like Delroy Chuck, near me name Pambula. Me have to Google Delroy Chuck where they I promise you guys. I have to sit and Google Delroy Chuck where they. Because the PNP act like say we just pull Delroy Chuck out of thin air and give him the job. Delroy Chuck is most qualified road scholar. He man know what he do. Every time Delroy Chuck try to pass a law, the PNP want to say, oh, something is wrong with it. The people of Jamaica requires it. The PNP wanted to sow discord. The PNP wanted to create an alarm in the country. Jamaican people don't even look upon them. Because this is what we've been asking for over 4 years. Harsher sentencing. Stronger sentencing. Tie up the judge them answer, they have no choice. Tie up the judge them answer, they have no choice. Because when you went time the black man trial, and we see the little soft sentence when they get and we start to cuss. Mr. Man, they come out and Justice Sykes come out and say his hands were tied. So we tell Delroy Chuck to pull it on and drop it upon the criminals them. So the way the PNP are going about Delroy Chuck Shirley, I had to Google him. The man is most qualified. We could not find a better person for the job than Delroy Chuck. We could not have put a better person there than Delroy Chuck. But when we realize with the PNP, once one of them write the law, once one of them pass the law, they have a problem with it. Once one of them draft the legislation, it not good, it not right good. It wrong, something wrong with it. And in closing, guys, every time I write on my list, I not done it, in closing, guys, because I know I don't want to pass whatever. I want to continue to encourage the supporters of the Jamaica Labour Party to stay on the ground, stay vigilant. And you know what, Valrose? Since last week, not since last week, since the runoff with Moreland and James, I find myself caught up with the wrong thing as a supporter and a member of the Jamaica Labour Party. And me realize a lot of us find ourselves in that position as well, where we are worried about what we cannot control. You know what I mean, Mikhail? We panty in a twist about things that is out of our control. I don't know if you understand what I mean. As it relates to settling seats. We, the supporters of the Jamaica Labour Party, are especially me can't control that. Me not have no say in that. I find myself caught up in that, and I shouldn't be. What me have control over is getting out the message, trying to get vote, and trying to make sure that Andrew Michael Holness gets a third term. I mean, sometimes we can get frustrated with the party and with how things are go. But we need to just stop, relax, and just focus. Me get distracted a lot of times, so me can speak for myself. We just need to focus on what we have control of, which is taking out the message, carrying out the message of the Jamaica Labour Party. Make sure we secure the votes. Make sure we talk to the young people. Tell them about the plan with the government have for housing. Because that is what the PNP is targeting now. And see like how we come together. And so we are keep blue there. And we are support the blue. Let us come together and send out the message as it relates to housing. Make we come together, all of the blogger them and all of the supporter them, TikTok and over here. Let us come together and roll out with the housing policy for the Jamaica Labour Party. That is what we should be focusing on, because when we come together, we see so we can move mountain. When we come united and we have one solid message, we can do a lot. So I think our message should be what the Jamaica Labour Party plans to do as it relates to housing for young professionals, for low-income earners. I think that should be our message, especially for the month of May. Make we dig deep. Make we talk about it on our platform. Let us engage young people. Because the things them when we find we self a talk about, we don't have no control over that. We not choose candidate. We not pick seat. And you know, me realize another thing, guys. Me don't know realize something as it relates to the candidate up at Samuda constituency. Unless it's the campaign in one-sided. Who realize? Who realize that the campaign in one-sided? Or am I misunderstand? You don't realize that? Who realize that the campaigning is one-sided? So the people them work, it never make no sense. A one person a campaign. We not pick that up. So we don't need to be focusing on that and talking about that and tearing on each other with that, because we have more in common than what divides us, and we know that all of we want Andrew Michael Holness to get the third term. So as it relates to housing, what the PNP target, that is what in my opinion, That is what, in my opinion, I am going to use my platform to talk about. And I would encourage anybody who support the Jamaica Labour Party and support Andrew Michael Holness, make we just get the message out, get the facts, and make sure our people hear what is going on. That is it. That is it. We know we can control that. We know say we have that lack, and that is just supposed to be our narrative. That we have control over. We united under one message. Under one message. Same like how we stand up for the police and we back the blue and we bring it to the highest level and pay the country, take it, mainstream media take it up. Same thing we must do with the Prime Minister housing policy. And don't get distracted by other things where we have absolutely no control over. Absolutely no control. Because at the end of the day, we not choose candidate. You see what Dr. Chang say over nationwide as it relates to candidate choosing? Who saw the article? I didn't hear the interview. I already was over there, but I never come in now, wake up in time. I don't know where me did about me hearing do an interview. Only the headline me see. Runoff may not be necessary to settle two key JLPLC. You know, hear what Dr. Chang tell we labor rights, right? We relax. There will be no runoff. Somebody will be placed in that seat. So just relax, move away from that, and focus on them choose Jamaica message. Let's just focus on the choose Jamaica message. And in choosing Jamaica, we talk about the economy, we talk about crime, and we talk about what our government will do as far as housing is concerned. And them three bread and butter issue there is going to decide the election. The economy, crime, housing. Let's focus on the third term. Let's focus on the third term. Shirley said, Munchi, please send me back your name, please. My name, Munchi, that's my real name. A lot of people know me on the platform, you know. A lot of people know me. A lot of people have my number. I am being accused of not answering my phone a lot, which is very true. And that is because my phone don't ring. My phone is always on silent. Because if me asleep and my phone ring, I get anxiety immediately. So that's why my phone never ring. So that is why I'm always a miss call when important call when people are calling me. I'm always a miss call and people say, oh, Munchi, you don't answer your phone. And that is because my phone does not ring. Because I have anxiety. If my phone ever ring and wake me up, or if ever there's someone my phone ring, it causes me hard to forget. What that word the name? I get palpitation, I want to call it immediately. So my phone never ring. So that is the reason why people always say, then call me and I get me. But me always have my phone. And people have my number. Okay, let me give you my number again. Erica, please put my number in the chat. Let me give you guys my number again. Please. My number is... Oh, where didn't cat they come from a ball out the door? Oh no, I get a ball out. My number is 658. That's the area code. And then the number is 212-5178. Yeah, Linda, I'm afraid to make my phone ring. I'm afraid to make my phone ring, may I tell you. Which is a bad thing, but me can't help it. I am afraid. See then in the chat, 212-5178. Dr. Chang said, runoff may not be necessary to settle key JLP seats. So we don't want no more than that. So we stop the campaigning, stop the tearing down, and let us focus on the message, the choose Jamaica message. And as I tell you already, we adapt one like a candidate and work with a candidate every now and then. We call on MP and call on candidate and say, candidate, how are you going? Where you going? We don't need no video for me post for you. You know, no topic you want me to talk about. You know, call on no MP, call on no candidate. and just choose Jamaica. And we're not focused on the PNP, we're focused on ourselves and our message. Because we have an election to win, and Andrew Holness must get the third term. Jamaica Labour Party General Secretary Dr. Horace Chang says a delegate's vote may not be necessary to settle the selection of standard bearers in 2 seats, North Central St. Andrew and Northeastern Manchester, ahead of the next general election. He was speaking at Nationwide this morning. The possibility of a selection contest arose following the Good Friday announcement by State Minister of Tourism, Senator Delano Seabright, that he would be vying to represent the JLP in the North Central St. Andrew. The other aspirant is Christian Tavares Finson. Did Christian Tavares Finson put out a statement saying he's vying for the seat, guys? I've never seen that. Did Christian Tavares Finson put out a statement saying he's vying for the seat? Me not see it. Anyway, in his announcement, Seabright said he had the full support of the outgoing Member of Parliament, Carl Samuda. It is understood that Seabright announced raised eyebrow within the party. Nationwide source said Tavares Finson, son of JLP veteran and Senate President Tom Tavares Finson, was to have shortly be named the party standard bearer in the constituency. Meanwhile, in northeastern Manchester, JLP veteran Hardy Shaw will not be seeking re-election. The 2 aspirants to replace him are Craig Ed, Councillor Omar Miller, and Principal of Omo Technical High School, John Makulski. Shaw endorsed Miller in 2024. Dr. Chang says the party should settle all. Want to hear this part? Dr. Chang says the party should settle all contentious seats by the end of May. We're now in May, and that will be settled by the end of May, and we can finally have our 63 candidates and move into the general election. Okay? So we don't need to be campaigning anymore. Please and thanks. So thank you so much for joining me tonight, my people. Thank you for your continuous support. Thank you for watching the program every single night. Thank you for like, subscribe, share, and watching the ads as well. Thank you very much. But Munchi is the best thing for the party, I hope so, because me can't bother with the bagger. Me can't bother with the bagger neither, Spice Girl. That's why I withdraw myself, so me not even look. My message is choose Jamaica and Andrew Holness on the third term. I leave the candidate selection to Dr. Chang because that is Dr. Chang's prerogative, not mine. And me live under 18.5 years of Percival Noel James Pattison, so I know what it is like to live under PNP. Me live under 4 years of Lucretia, so I know what it is like to live under PNP. And now under 9 years of Andrew Michael Holness, the best time in Jamaica, the most prosperous time in Jamaica. I don't want to turn back that. I don't want to change that. I want my niece and my nephew and my daughter and hopefully my grandchildren to live in a better Jamaica where the PNP is not involved. So my little part what me can do to make sure so me secure the vote for Andrew Michael Holness, me I do my part. Because I know me a 40, so me already live out my youths in a Percival time. So what I have control over, that is what I'm going to be focusing on. Not pan PNP and picking seat and foolishness. So thank you so much again for the support, for watching the program, and for tuning into Munchi B Talks Politics every single night. Me I try in a vibe. Me I try. Me promise myself. And me promise the people that watch me every single night or come over here, come watch me religiously. Me promise I'm going to try to stay on message every single night starting from May 1st. Me no want anything else if I'm about the party and about message. I'm not going to be speaking about it. But promise myself for the 1st of May, I am going to stay on message. That is it. Going into the election, I will not be distracted. Thank you, and good night.